when Dr. X suddenly hits the ring. Let's take a look. All right, Steve, of course, a very, very touchy situation here with Rod Piper and Ole Anderson. Dusty Rhodes is kind of leveling the situation out.
Well, kind of in this time in the match, Gordon, it was getting hard to keep only 2 men into the ring with tempers flying like they haven't for a long time, and I can understand how it's going to get it a little bit out of hand. But here you can see Morocco caught me with a chair and really put me out of action, caught me right underneath the ribs, and it was something that, you know, just caught the wind off of me for a little bit, and he took advantage of the situation. And unfortunately now in the ring, the tide has kind of turned where it's going to be a little bit 3-on-2, and that's an impossible situation for any kind of referee, and right now things don't look too good for Dusty Rhodes.
Well, that was the thing, of course, as Dr. X came in. Rhodes did manage to get his hands on the mask, ripped the mask away, and revealing the magnificent Morocco. And now Morocco doing all the damage he can, and of course Roddy Piper out there also doing his own brand of damage. And Rhodes, of course, the bell had rung, the match was technically over, and suddenly you found yourself in a situation, Tommy, where obviously, by the way, the magnificent Morocco is attacking Rhodes. Rhodes is the kind of man he's going to make sure those dues get paid.
Yes, sir, that's exactly right. It's just like Steve said, you know. Dusty's up, he's around, you know, he's full of heart, and he's going to take care of Morocco. But it's just like I said, Piper, Ole Anderson, I'm still here. You know, you said you was going to run me out. And just like I said, I ain't standing alone because I said Ivan Putski's in town.
There you go. Ivan Putski is...
Hey, you okay?
You can see now, of course, the doctor being called in, and Rhodes suffering a knee injury and trying to move himself out of the ring, suffering a lot of pain. There's no question about it. I can assure you of this, however. Since that time, I've had an opportunity to talk to Dusty, and he is on the mend. He is back in action, if you will. And I would just only say that Dusty Rhodes goes around reminding elephants of what they forgot.
Still not on TV.
Yeah, all these people.
To show off for
You know, all these people. What, did you think I was kidding or something when I was talking about $5,000? Did you see the magnificent one out there? Dusty Rhodes crying in the middle of the ring. They're bringing doctors in for him. They're bringing doctors in for him. They're bringing all kinds of... I'm talking about silk stars. I'm talking $5,000 to get rid of Rhodes. I'm talking $5,000. I got me a line, Mr. Soley. I want you just to take a look at this magnificent man right here, and you'll see why people are crying. You'll see why Rhodes is down there. You'll see why the doctor's coming to Rhodes all the time. You'll see why people are afraid of the Piper. You see, I ain't been sitting up here lying, Mr. Soley. I've been telling the truth all the time. You're the ones that have been lying. Go get him.
Take a look at the magnificent Morocco in action against Chick Donovan, and I can tell you one thing, in facing the Golden Boy, he is facing an extremely fine athlete, an extremely well-muscled man, and Donovan just very easily ducks away, catches him with a good drop kick. Back to a drop toe hold, and Donovan floats up on his man, gets him in a front chancery. Ooh. Tremendous strength of Morocco, though. One has to give him that kind of credit.
Come on, off the rope. 1, 2. Get him up off the rope. Now back it up. Back it out of the ring. Back it up. 1, 2. Back it up.
And it's Donovan now exploding, but Morocco catches him. And Morocco has that tremendous capability. Donovan fires to the midsection and glanced off the stomach, abdominal rectus muscles, and power slam by Morocco.
Hey, Big Dust. Where are you? How come Big Dust doesn't come here on television? We want to fight him right here on television, but he ain't showing up. Look at Morocco. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful neck breaker. Hey, come on. Is that Dusty? Shut up.
Magnificent Morocco has Donovan in trouble using that neck breaker, and Donovan taking more punishment now at the hands of the magnificent Morocco. Donovan coming up rather slowly. Caught him solidly in the midsection, caught him again. And Donovan exploding now to the midsection of the magnificent Morocco.
Morocco, break it. 1, 2.
And Morocco, an open chop into the lower part of the throat. Donovan back to the canvas once again. By the way, we have a very special situation coming up regarding Brad Armstrong. We'll tell you more about that next week, but a very special thing about Brad Armstrong upcoming next week. Information, that is. Beautiful salto, and changes that into an inverted power slam. And well executed by Morocco, and Donovan now.
Come on, watch out. Jelly Roll. He's referring to Dusty Rhodes. He's referring to $5,000. You see, he's insulting Dusty Rhodes as much as he wants to, because all of a sudden Tommy Rich is afraid. Did you notice I came out here? What happened to Tommy Rich? He scurried off like a little dog. Come on, eat him, Morocco. Eat him, Magnificent. You're looking at the eye of the tiger right there. That's the true one right there, man. Handles him like seconds.
Belly to back suplex, and Donovan, who has got a lot of problems, as the magnificent Morocco has continued his punishment of this man. Donovan firing and firing again on the magnificent Morocco, and Morocco just bowls ahead, seemingly almost impervious to pain. That one rocked him. That one catches him again. And Donovan now beginning to turn the tide on the magnificent Morocco. Donovan beginning to explode, and it is Morocco in trouble now. And momentarily, it certainly appeared that Morocco was in trouble, but...
Get this close. Get this close.
Inverted pile driver. Count of three. Count of three, it is all over. It is all over, and so the magnificent Morocco emerges victorious in this situation. And
Can you believe that some people actually think that Mr. Magnificent here is afraid of Dusty Rhodes?
You know it all the time.
Look at him.
You knew it all the time. And so did everybody else.
Yes.
We waited 4 weeks. Rhodes would not show up. We sat here in Atlanta. We sat here at WTBS.
Yes.
The Superstation. We sat here and sat here. And he would not show up.
We waited for him.
It was simple.
No Rhodes, huh?
He knew.
Nothing.
I tried to get the concession for neck braces at the Omni. And people kept looking up. He had to show up at the Omni. And there was the doctor making it.
Yeah.
There was the doctor. Yeah.
Yes, there was the doctor.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Can you say baby?
Yes, I can say
Can
baby.
you say baby?
I can say Dusty
Can you say
Rhodes.
it?
I think we've had quite enough, and we'll be back in just a moment. We'll be right back. Well, there you see it now. There's two of them. Which one is which? That's the problem.
Well, I think that it started off, the man that originally went into the ring was the Super Destroyer, so many of the fans said. And then when the match began, then the Superstar appeared into the ring to finish off. He had some kind of plan set up. You can see they both wear the same outfits, and you can see that they do look very similar in their builds and their height and the weight. And it is something when you have to fight one man with the stature of the Superstar, but to have to fight two men and not knowing which one is which or at which time another man will appear into the ring, and you just cannot handle this type of situation.
Pardon me, Mr. Steve-O. I know that you're no longer actively wrestling with good reason. I listened to him out here talking about how everybody's going to get revenge and how everybody's going to take care of things. Well, you're not going to take care of too much. Not like that, anyway. All we want to do is have our belts presented to us, get rid of Tommy Rich's cast, take Dusty Rhodes and put him in the hospital, get rid of wrestling number 2, take his mask off, and then maybe we'll be happy you can do something for us for a change.
You know, that's true. First of all, I've been away for a little while. I'm back here with Ole. We're the champions. We're going to be the champions. Everybody knows it. The thing is, Steve-O, when I left here a little while ago, you're walking around like some little gimp or something. Now you're trying to get your nose into Ole's business, into my business, and he thinks he can do it.
Don't get riled. Relax.
Gordon, you know, the NWA will not stand by and make sure that these men, you know, They will get their belts, but without being a challenge. There's going to have to be a challenge. Whether it's Tommy Rich, whether it's Dusty Rhodes, they will get their equal chance. And with Ivan Putski coming in, you know, he's one strong individual. And you can go ahead and pick on me all you want, but it's not going to get you anything. When Ivan Putski steps into the ring with Tommy Rich, they'll be able to take care of business.
First of all, Ozdowski, we've been up here and we challenge anybody and everybody. We take on anybody. Whether it's you, Putski, Rich, Rhodes, it doesn't matter. Ole and I have always been up here open to anybody who wants to get in the ring with us. Everybody knows, and I mean everybody knows that we're the best there is.
What I'm talking about is I'm talking about lines of people. I'm talking for $5 grand. These guys would sell their grandma to the house. I got the postman. I got all kinds of people coming up to me. But what I got is the greatest and the best. I've got right here Mr. Butcher, who's going to take care of Riches. They're going to take care of Roses. Going to take care of this. Going to take care of that right there, man. Right now he's going to talk. I'm talking $5 grand, mister. I'm talking.
I figured it out. It takes a Polak, they're hard to figure out sometimes. I've been checking up on Ole Anderson. I found out he's of Polish descent, so I went and got the Polish strongman, Ivan Putski, and him and myself, Firecracker, the big one. Here to Omni, we're going to take care of business. But I hadn't forgot about Piper yet. He's going to Huntington, going to be in Columbus, Ohio. Looking forward to going there too, Gordon.
And you and Jimmy Snuka.
That's true. I'm looking forward to this. At one time, Jimmy and myself, we were world tag team partners, so I do know a lot about Jimmy. I'm just looking forward to the match, and I'll be ready for you.
To bring Paul Orndorff back for just a second before we join the match, it's already